Hey there, viewers. Airlines look like one of the best places to work, right? There's good money, you get to travel all the time, and people are always smiling. But there's more than meets the eye to the airline industry. Air hostesses and pilots have to keep a lot of information hidden from us passengers so we don't panic. So, what are these secrets that flight attendants don't want you to know about? Is your water contaminated with deadly diseases? Why is airline food so expensive? And will a single phone call really cause the airplane to crash? We're talking all that and more. So subscribe to our channel and watch to the end to find out all about the secrets the airport staff is hiding from you. Number 10, the water can make you very sick. Water is one of the easiest things to contaminate ever, and these flights are definitely not the best places to get a glass of water from. According to an insider, airplane water tankers are rarely cleaned and usually not thoroughly. Even the water bottles that they hand out could be infected and carry water filled from a tap that hasn't been disinfected in years. And don't even get us started on the germs that passengers leave behind on your seats and blankets. That's a whole nother story. If you're a germaphobe, simply knowing the little fact can be enough to put you off flying for good. So next time, make sure to be sufficiently hydrated before getting on your flight unless you want to be spending the rest of your trip days in bed. It's no wonder that frequent air travel makes people either really sick or become immune to most diseases, but better to not take any chances. Number 9, why is airport food so expensive? As you've probably imagined, food businesses have to pay quite a hefty fee in order to rent space at an airport. However, even though they rent the area, they're still not allowed to manage their business as they please. Airports require all of their vendors to stay within a certain price limit for the same items outside the airport. On top of all of that, it also costs a lot to get ingredients delivered to airports since they have to go through a rigorous security process before they can reach the kitchen. This isn't even including the extra rent they have to pay to use the airport storage spaces to store them. While this system works in favor for the consumers, in theory it is actually because of the high rent, commissions, and other fees that these food companies pay that they need to keep the prices higher to make a profit. Number 8, employees don't get paid much. If you think that all flight attendants and pilots earn a lot of money, then think again. They are only getting paid for the hours spent in the air, not while on the ground. Imagine you're a flight attendant who has 2 flights in a day and has an hour-long break in between them. Even though you're stuck at the airport for work, you aren't getting paid at all. It seems like a pretty unfair system, and it may very well be. After all, you aren't getting paid even though you're still on the clock. So next time, think twice about pursuing a career in the airline industry just because you think you're getting paid a lot. Number 7, airport staff are always profiling you. You heard us right. Airport staff are keeping a close eye on all passengers and separating them into groups. But don't worry, it's actually being done for your own safety. Most airports employ experts called profilers who practice a technique known as the screening passengers by observation technique, or SPOT for short. They're always analyzing the facial expressions, gestures, and behavior of all passengers to detect suspicious people. Their whole job is to notice the hidden signs of anxiety, such as licking your lips, itching, or looking around a lot. If a profiler notices someone who they believe is acting in a weird way, they invite them for a round of inspections where they talk to the passenger to find out more about them. So make sure to be always thinking happy thoughts. You don't want a TSA agent interrogating you while your flight leaves without you, do you? Number 6, what happens to your luggage? Have you ever wanted to know what happens to all your stuff once it leaves your side? If you think airline staff can answer that for you, then you're sorely mistaken. They're just as clueless as you are. In most airlines, all baggage is sorted automatically. Scanners built into the conveyor belt scan the barcodes that employees stick on their bags, and then the computer sorts them according to their destination. This is why sometimes your baggage may arrive before or after you've already landed. The machine may have rerouted it to another flight arriving at the same destination. Make sure to remove the sticker when you're getting off the plane, too. You don't want your luggage getting sent to the wrong country by accident the next time you travel. All employees do is move the luggage, loading it on and off the plane. So don't go looking for answers in case you can't find your baggage. They don't have any answers for you. Number 5, Humans don't inspect your luggage. Before your luggage gets on the plane, it goes through 5 different levels of security, one of them being a special dog that can detect dangerous chemicals with a single sniff. Pretty much everyone knows that a dog's nose is much stronger than any human's. They can distinguish smells 10,000 to 100,000 times better than people do. No wonder airports use the ability for security and regularly use sniffer dogs to sniff out suspicious substances. You can even tell them apart from other kinds of service dogs. These aren't trained to frighten or intimidate like police dogs. They just look like your average house pet, minus the work vests that they have to wear. Number 4, they know where your hands have been. Airport staff can find out anything that your hands have touched in the last 24 hours. Sounds freaky, right? Well, how can they do something like that so easily? Airport staff sometimes ask passengers to rub their hands on a piece of cloth before putting it into a special machine called the atomizer. Despite sounding like a weapon used by a mad scientist in a superhero movie, it's actually harmless. Before their working day starts, employees put samples of dangerous chemicals into the machine. The machine then memorizes them, and in case a person's hand smells like those chemicals, it alerts airport staff to this danger. Number 3, they can tell how angry you are. In a lot of big airports, there are special cameras that can detect a certain level of aggression. These cameras transmit the information to a computer, and in cases of dangerous levels of aggression, the suspect can be stopped by airport security for a detailed investigation. They're then examined by a combination of remote sensors, infrared technologies, and flashing certain subliminal images. This way, experts can detect an individual's specific reactions by checking their heart rate, respiration, and body temperature. Maybe one day we'll all be going through airport security checks without even realizing it. Number 2, the airport controls most of your flight. Dispatchers not only control the planes in the sky like you usually see in movies, but they also control their movement on the ground as well as the lighting on the runways. That's why there are 3 types of air traffic controllers: en route, terminal, and tower. Each one of these dispatchers has its own specific area of responsibility. One dispatcher has about 5 monitors, and the information on them is constantly changing since the monitors show weather conditions and information about other planes. They relay all of this information to the pilot aboard your flight, as well as instructions on where to go and how to deal with any unexpected changes in schedules or problems that may arise. Number 1, a 5G signal will crash your plane. If you're a frequent flyer, chances are that you've seen an airport staff member tell passengers to turn off their phones during takeoff and landings. Have you ever wondered why this is? Now, with the advancements in technology, even more powerful signal devices have emerged, such as 5G. Can such a strong signal really cause your flight to lose control? Turns out that the airline industry is concerned that 5G signals near airports could interfere with the plane's altimeters, which they use to measure the height above the earth. This is used in takeoff and landing in slow visibility. While the altimeter is only used for cases like landing in low visibility, you don't want to take any risks when you're stuck inside a metal bird along with hundreds of other passengers. Remember to turn off your kids' phones. Better safe than sorry. Alright, comment down below which of these flight secrets shocked you the most. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Inforama, and check out some of our other videos. And we'll see you in the next one.